Hi, this is Albert from Albertronic in the Netherlands, and it's a brief introduction of our smart BMS system called 123 Smart BMS. Many people are using these type of batteries, lithium ferrophosphate, to store energy for electric vehicles, to store solar energy, and so on. And our 123 Smart BMS is making possible the storage of solar energy into these types of lithium ferrophosphate cells. To do this, we need a battery management that allows you to read out the state of charge, to keep the batteries within safe limits all the time, and to guarantee a long lifetime. Now, what is 123 Smart BMS doing? Every cell is equipped with a little PC board to balance the cell. That is, the batteries are kept to the same voltage all the time by these electronics. Now, 123 Smart BMS has no external controller. Instead of that, we have two boards, being the first board of the cell, of the battery pack, and the first board has a connection to two individual current sensors. Now the outboard has the possibility to switch the charging with a very small bistable relay, or to switch the discharging, and it has a Bluetooth radio on it to get in contact with your telephone or your iPad. Now, how does a system with the 123 Smart BMS look like? We have made a setup for you here, and you can see we have two blue boxes, one being the inverter to make from the 48 volts to 20 volts, and the other one being the solar charging to get the solar energy and transform it into 48 volts. This is a 48 volt battery pack consisting of lithium ferrophosphate batteries, and in total you can store 5 kilowatt hours in this pack. You see the outboard here being the last board, and the inboard is a little bit difficult to see, but the two current sensors are mounted here, one in the line from the solar charger to the battery, and the other one in the line from the battery to the inverter. Now this all makes it possible. Here you have the app running on the iPad, and I can do many things, but this is the main display, and I can read that there is 88% state of charge of the batteries. Now if we switch on the solar energy, which takes a little bit of time, but here you can see that solar energy is entering now, and the battery is charged. The amount of energy is 421 watts, and a total of 8 amps is going into the battery. Now, if I switch on the power to the, it's just a lamp that I switch on, you can see that it's using 1.5 amp from the battery. The resulting current is now 6.5 amp, and the total amount of energy that I'm using is 79 watts. It also shows the energy you use or you yield today and in total, but it is, because we just started it all over again, it is set to 0 now. Okay, having said that, there is a settings screen, and in the settings screen I can indicate with which battery, there's another battery around in our laboratory, with which battery I get connection. There's a set of a couple of numbers that I can enter. For example, the installed amount of solar power, I can change that to a maximum of 100 kilowatt hours, 100 kilowatts. The amount of inverter power, which we have set to 1 kilowatt, although we have a 5 kilowatt inverter, but it's just for now. And the battery capacity, I've set that to 4 kilowatts, meaning it's a 5 kilowatt hour packet, that we will say that the battery is zero, is empty, at a point where still 1 kilowatt hour is remaining. That is to guarantee a long lifespan of the batteries. Here are a couple of other settings: the minimum voltage of the cell, the maximum voltage of the cell, the minimum temperature of the cell, and the maximum temperature of the cell, and a couple of other things that are not very important at the moment. Now, going back to this screen, the situation has not changed much, but if I'd like to know what is the individual cell voltage of each cell, you see it is scanned all the time, and all the cell voltages and the cell temperatures are within a safe limit. Would that not be the case, then one of the relays that I showed earlier will switch off, and thereby disconnecting the charging or disconnecting the inverter. This is it for now. We are happy that the product is ready.